northern province of Sri Lanka comprises of 5 districts of Jaffna, Mannar, Kilinochchi, Mullaitivu and Vavuniya, and is called home by the majority of Tamil-speaking people living in Sri Lanka. A critical juncture in the lives of the people of the north was the cessation of hostilities and the ending of the 3-decade war in mid-2009.
Because for the simple reason, the civil war that was going on at that time reached its peak. We had a lot of challenges as far as the health service provision was concerned. We were short of medical personnel, paramedical personnel, and the people had various numerous challenges at that time.
There are a lot of people, poor people and women-headed or the one-parent families are there. They were resettled the resettlement was very high in 2010 and 11, and people were resettling their vulnerability for the malnutrition, and they can get easily the diseases. The situation was like that initially.
The majority of the people lived in agricultural and fisheries. However, internal displacement in the post-war period made it difficult for them to continue their livelihood, and this led to serious economic vulnerability. It was imperative that the displaced were resettled in their traditional geographic locations as soon as possible. By August 2011, when resettlement was completed in the districts of Mannar, Kilinochchi, Vavuniya, Jaffna and Mullaitivu, approximately 300,000 individuals were resettled in the northern province. Many of the people of the north lived on the minimum monthly income of $90 or 11,000 Sri Lankan rupees. Malnutrition was seen as undernutrition and anemia was rampant among women and children below 2 years. Nearly 1/6 of the children born in these regions were underweight in 2009, while nearly 14% were low birth weight by 2011. Additionally, the number of children under 5 months who showed an age-to-weight disparity was 48%, while the figure was 41% for those under 12 months. Further, the number of underweight children between 2 years of age was a massive 68%. Clearly, there was a significant malnutrition problem that required immediate redress. Several nutritional issues were faced by both mothers and a large proportion of children under the age of 2 years as a collateral result of the war that had been lived in a conflict situation.
During the war, people were displaced and they could not get enough nourishing food. Under this situation, the children were weak and sick due to the loss of immunity power, and they were very much affected with negative results.
This project we have started last year is aimed at bringing the nutrition to the mark of under 2 years children, as well as pregnant mothers and lactating women, because during pregnancy, if they are undernourished, they will deliver low birth weight babies, which in turn, as a vicious cycle, produce more undernourished children and undernourished mothers again. So just to break that cycle, we have to act somewhere, and in that manner, one of the project is this one.
Early childhood growth is crucial to the subsequent physical, mental and emotional development of children. The twin crises of children and mothers lacking minimal nutrition have taken on a regional and national prominence. A quick response was critical, and creating and implementing an accelerated program to address the issue was one of the biggest challenges faced by the Ministry of Health. The commitment of funding by the World Bank and the Japanese government to address such a challenge provided a window of opportunity and a beacon of hope to the officials of the ministry. The responsibility of intervening with a high-impact program fell squarely on their shoulders. In January 2011, the Japanese Social Development Fund, administered by the World Bank, provided grant funds amounting to US $2.7 million, that is 300 million rupees. The project was implemented in the districts of Mana, Kilinochchi, Vavuniya, Mullaitivu in their entirety, and in selected medical officer of health areas in the Jaffna district. The project activation commenced in May 2011 under the title Local Level Nutritional Interventions in the Northern Province. The project is due to close in January 2015. The project comprised of 4 components focusing on capacity building and community mobilization for addressing behavior changes among mothers, for addressing nutrition, introduction of a supplementary feeding program for a limited period of time, while introducing community nutrition intervention through community groups and encouraging rigorous project supervision and monitoring in the Northern Province. As the population resettled in their districts, community mobilization was carried out with the support of community health facilitators and public health midwives under the guidance of the Ministry of Health, Northern Province. The supplementary feeding was introduced in September 2012 using a locally formulated food supplement which was named Jiva Posha. Jiva Posha provided the supplementary nutritional requirements of malnourished children under 2 years, low body mass index below 23% BMI, pregnant mothers and all lactating mothers with a child below 6 months.
We are getting Jiva Posha supplementary food from JSDF project. This food helps to increase the nutritional values of the pregnant and lactating mothers as well as the low weight children under the age of 5. We prepare food we give them in various ways to increase the nutritional level. We monitor their weight monthly. We are very happy to see the improvement of health of our children.
For pregnant and lactating mothers, daily we are giving 100 gram packets. Small packets are there, we are giving. And for the children from 6 months to 1 year, 50 gram packet. And for the children from 1 to 2 years, 75 gram packets we are issuing every day from starting of this supplementary food project. So for this, actually not like other, in our project, the supplementary food contains more nutritious food project.
Now with the motivation and the community mobilization, most of the mothers have now become ready to produce their own supplementary food utilizing all these raw materials which are now almost readily available in their home gardens, which is also one of the programs included or incorporated in this project.
Jiva Posha is the supplementary food that contains all crucial nutrients to malnourished mothers, infants and underweight children below 2 years. Jiva Posha is commercially packed and provided free of charge to the most needy mothers and children identified by the PHM and the Medical Officer of Health based on nutritional indicators. When children improve their nutrition levels, the mothers are encouraged to prepare the supplement on their own, which should be given in addition to the appropriate diet given to the children. A special feature of the composition of Jiva Posha was that it contains ingredients commonly available in the Northern Province, such as rice, black gram, green gram, sesame seeds and peanuts. The supplement comes in sachets and are offered to breastfeeding mothers with a child below 6 months of age. pregnant mothers with a BMI level of less than 23 and to children between 7 months and 24 months of age. And these sachets are available in 100 grams for pregnant and lactating mothers, 75 grams sachets for children between the ages of 1 year to 2 years who have nutritional issues, and 50 gram sachets for infants between 7 months to 1 year. With the introduction of this supplementary feeding program, tremendous improvement has been noted in the nutritional status of women and children who had nutritional problems in the northern province. In order to accomplish the goal of the ministry, two initiatives were important. One was the creation of awareness on nutrition not only among parents but also other members of the nuclear family. The other was laying to rest various myths and assumptions about behaviors relating to food choices and consumption patterns of mothers and children below 2 years. The Minister of Health clearly understood that increasing the standards of family health required a rigorous, well-executed bottom-up approach. Starting at the level of individuals, gradually moving up through the family, it was subsequently spread through villages, districts, and finally throughout the entire province. The success of the project depended on many health officials, employees, volunteers, and citizens coming together for a common cause. The first challenge faced by implementers and making them all understand that a serious malnutrition-related problem existed. The second was creating awareness that it required a collective solution requiring commitment on the part of all stakeholders to implement. As a result of these village and district level awareness programs conducted by the medical officers of health, the citizens of the northern province realized that overcoming the nutritional problems should be activated through their commitment and wholehearted participation. With the guidance of health ministry officials, they centered their efforts by creating mothers' clubs to mobilize the community for behavioral change of health and nutrition practices, and through this to improve their nutritional standards.
After the resettlement period, we returned to our villages. We were not able to reach doctors and nurses to improve health standards, so we formed a mothers' club after that, under which we also joined the health officers and visited the needy homes and tried to identify their needs and to make them aware of healthy lifestyles and good behavioral patterns.
மத கிளப் ஊடாக என்னென்ன செய்ய வேண்டும், எவ்வளவுக்கு சுகாதாரங்களை கடைபிடிக்க வேண்டும் என்ற அளவுக்கு அறிவுரைகளை கூறி இந்த மத குரூப் ஆனது தங்களுடைய ஒவ்வொரு கிராமத்திலும்
There are about 4 or 5 mothers clubs functioning in every village, and these clubs are being divided in many areas, and members have been appointed to look into the needs of their areas respectively and meet the relevant authorities to solve their problems. The mothers club of the respective area should take over the task of identifying the children under 5 who have not come to health clinics and try to develop the situation by introducing them to health officers and encourage them to increase their attendance. The higher officers have organized a training program to the members of the mothers clubs. The theme of this program is how to serve the society and how to change their behavioral conducts, holding their hands together in unity.
ட்ரெயினிங் ப்ரோக்ராம்கள் வழங்கப்படுகின்றன. நீங்கள் எவ்வாறு சமூகத்தில் சேவை செய்ய வேணும், எவ்வாறு அந்த சமூகத்தில் இருக்கிற இவர்களுடைய நடத்தையில் மாற்றத்தை ஏற்படுத்த வேண்டும் என்று சொல்லி அவர்களுக்கு பயிற்சி வழங்கப்பட்டிருக்கின்றது. அது மூலம் இவர்கள் அந்த எங்களுடைய அந்நியர்களும் அதாவது மத குரூப் அவர்கள் இதை இயங்கிக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்.
I feel the basic concept is by them to them. That means this project is aiming to empower the mothers group and to ensure the sustainability of this project. That means the project will over in some time, but the purpose of the project is to continue the things, like continue the health, to maintain the health status of this people from this area in a remarkable level.
The aim of these clubs was to increase the impact and efficiency of having appropriate feeding practices and helping to create a health-conscious lifestyle while practicing good nutritional activities in their day-to-day life. These initiatives are in addition to the Ministry of Health managed health clinics and the public health midwives offering door-to-door nutritional advice at the village level. Through this process, over a one-year period, a total of 1,041 mothers' clubs were registered at the Northern Province with a membership of 8,108 mothers and 651 fathers by May 2012. 234 of these clubs are registered in the Jaffna district, while there are 193 in Kilinochchi, 158 in Vavuniya, 226 in Mullaitivu and 230 in Mana. Mothers of young children and in some instances the fathers gather at these clubs to discuss community monitoring of nutritional interventions and associated nutrition-related behaviors. They discuss day-to-day nutritional issues as well as strategies for increasing the standards of nutrition for future generations. They are guided by the area public health midwife, the medical officers of health and the medical officer maternal child health of each of the districts.
In our area, 68% of children are going for clinics to check their weight. They are being provided with nutritious food, and also we advise them for a healthy lifestyle. And recently we came across only one child who was underweight. We also conduct meetings with the mothers and we advise them to breastfeed the babies under 6 months and to give nutritious food to the children over 6 months.
கட்டாயம் தாய்ப்பால் குடிக்க வேண்டும் என்று சொல்லி அட்வைஸ் கொடுத்திருக்கிறோம். 6 மாதத்துக்கு பிற்பட்ட பிள்ளைகளுக்கு படிப்படியாக எப்படி சாப்பாடுகள் வழங்க வேண்டும் என்பதை நாங்கள் எங்களுடைய வெயிட் எடுக்கிற இதில் வந்து மக்களுக்கு அட்வைஸ் சொல்லி அவைக்கு ஒரு மீட்டிங் மாதிரி வச்சு வெயிட் எடுக்க வரும்போது அவைக்கு அறிவுறுத்தல்கள் சொல்லி இருக்கிறோம்.
After resettlement, at the beginning, we noticed that there were many teenage pregnancies in our area. But after the Mothers Club started functioning, the situation has started to change for better. Health education given by us and through Mothers Club has positively impacted, and the teenage pregnancies and the child abuses have started reducing.
Through this JSTF project, we were able to do a lot of behavior change communication while the resettlement was going on, and there were mothers group registered immediately in the Pudukkudiyiruppu division. Immediately after resettlement, there were a lot of mothers group registered and joined in the project. And during that period, the resettlement period, they can go into malnutrition, mainly the under 5 children and the pregnant mothers. These Jiva Posha helped us, and the behavior change, communication, those skills and mothers group training, all these things helped us, them not go into malnutrition stage, or the people already malnourished, we were able to bring them back.
By the means of GSTF fund, we have been able to show a dramatic reduction in the malnourished children. Basically, 1 year back in 2012, April, there was about 32 severely acute malnourished children in my area. Now it's 30. By the means of JSTF and frequent campaigns, we were able to reduce that up to 13 now. The moderate acute malnutrition also same. It's about 200 in 2012 April. Now it's about 40, between 40 and 50. So we are showing a dramatic reduction in those malnutrition after help of JSTF. So willing to continue this project. So this has shown a great impact on the population and nutrition and the future outcome of the people.
Additionally, the program encourages activities that support a healthy lifestyle such as familial coexistence, home gardening, running livestock, hygienic preparation of food, kitchen cleanliness, etc. Further, many of the beneficiaries created a child-friendly home with a separate play area. In these, children under 2 years have an environment conducive to physical and mental development and go a long way in wiping out the trauma and negative experiences that were subject to during the conflict.
According to the advice of the Mothers Club, I have prepared a playroom for my son, who is 4 years old, studying in a Montessori school. He can name the colors and is able to identify the pictures. He is very interested in playing. I have prepared everything he needs and he is very active in school as well. I always give him nourishing food. During playtime, his friends join him and they go home and request their mothers to prepare a playhouse for them as well. Now in our area, we are living a happy life.
Because every mother complains that the child doesn't eat. So what they can do is, they get together, so they play, and the mothers get together, they cook. So they can have an area. It's a good environment for the mother also to get away from their busy schedule and to just enjoy themselves. And the child also, when they're playing, they eat. So it's one way. And through our weighing post, after we weighing, if there's a child with less weight, we notice that the child needs attention. We can let the mother talk to the mothers who are doing well. What we do is we let the Mothers Club discuss. So the mothers who are doing well and the mothers who are not doing well, they can talk and they can learn because they are in the similar kind of situation. They can understand each other better than us telling them what to do. Like when we give them education, when we tell them what to do, it's like a message. They think that okay, the doctor is telling us to eat, but when another mother is telling, so they are in a similar kind of situation just like that.
Mothers Club
We, the members of the Mothers Club, get together and discuss about how we should take precautions. We are to keep the bottle of kerosene, the box of matches, the pair of scissors and the other harmful items away from the reach of children. Earlier, my kitchen was a real mess. I kept all the items here and there. But now I have arranged the utensils and the other things very neatly. Back then, I did not label any of the bottles. But after the meeting of our Mothers Club where we shared our experiences, I learned to label the bottles which I keep in my kitchen. I also realized that by doing these types of things, I save a lot of time and energy. As discussed at the meeting, I serve the food and keep it closed so that the insects could not reach it. I have bought a new trash bin where I put all my trash and later I could burn it.
These supplementary initiatives are also services that are provided by the Mothers Clubs and are targeted at creating sustainability to the outcomes of the project. The beneficiaries are also provided inputs enabling them to use their resources to grow food crops crucial to their health in their own gardens and to keep livestock to provide them with nutritional foods such as eggs and milk. Another collateral positive of the project was that families who engaged in agricultural activities increased their family income through the sale of excess produce, dairy and poultry products. The project aims through multiple thrust areas and collective initiatives to ensure a strong, healthy and enable future generation of children in the northern province.
I am engaged in agriculture and farming. I am getting a good income from it. Some organizations came here and saw the cultivation and my farm, and they were very happy. They appreciated my work and gave me a certificate. I worked very hard, yet I have been able to get a good results from the knowledge I get from this project.
Earlier, I had a small garden with a few crops. But now, for the last 2 years, after joining the Mothers Club project, with their advice, I was able to make a beautiful home garden by which I get enough vegetables and green leaves for my family.
ගත්තොත් අපිට ගෙදර ප්‍රයෝජනෙට පලා වර්ග එළවලු වර්ග හැමදේම අපි ගෙවත්තෙන් තමයි මේ ලබා ගන්නෙ.
And I sell the excessive crops to my neighbors. I also have a nursery of plants. By selling them, I get an extra income. My husband helps me, and the agricultural officers also give advice to make my home garden to a much progressive level.
We are changing from the earlier habit to the better evidence-based medical habits. So that is called behavior change communication. Like another example is food security will be hampered by a father drinking alcohol or smoking and destroying his health as well as the happiness of the family. So now through behavior change communication or the happiness calendar maintenance, we are trying to teach the family if one person have to be happy in the family, all have to be happy. So therefore they are maintaining the happiness calendar and trying to show whoever is doing something wrong, they'll be coming out of that ill behavior or wrong behavior, and they will be put back on the real good track.
While the project's primary targets are infants and pregnant and lactating mothers, the initiative was not limited to them alone. In order to expand community awareness of the importance of nutrition, the project held nutritional exhibitions aimed at school children and youth as a part of its social outreach program. And these exhibitions highlight the need to change consumption patterns to increase nutritional food intake, ways of increasing nutrition, healthy habits, hygiene and cleanliness. And additionally, these exhibitions also provide communities with knowledge of maintaining proper standards in the preparation of food and create awareness on myths and assumptions that lead to the consumption of unhealthy food. Through maternal and child health clinics, the project has also taught beneficiaries the importance of mother's milk to infants up to the age of 6 months and the importance of regular weight and height measurements of children as a nutritional monitoring tool. The clinics also serve to measure and record the height and weight of children into their databases of the health ministry. This is crucial to ensure that the intervention is not limited to the life cycle of the project or the specific geography. Information gathered during its course will be consolidated and analyzed, best practices and gaps identified, and lessons learnt applied to sustain and improve this and other efforts of a similar nature.
The most important aspect of this program is to acknowledge pregnant and lactating mothers and the mothers who have infants below 6 months. We have given all important information in the exhibition mentioning the quality and quantity of food and the time factor for feeding. Whenever we go to the town, we eat tippy-tip and take soft drinks. But here at the exhibition, we acknowledge to take nourishing food. Hereafter, we will follow these instructions very well. This exhibition has been organized for small children who can seek knowledge by watching and understanding. Surely this will make them understand and how to create a good society in the future.
All the concepts, all the ideas, actually all the work done by all these mothers group. Yesterday, today, early morning they came here, they arranged all the things, they prepared all these food items. All these are actually their ideas, their concepts and actually their performance. I think this is a very good opportunity for them to share their knowledge, gain the knowledge, as well as this is a good chance them to exhibit their performance also.
Public health midwives continue to play a key role in the success of the project, not only through their clinics but also through their door-to-door activities related to mother and child care in the northern province. The level of project monitoring and oversight contributes significantly to its impact. And therefore, family health officials, regional directors of health services to each of the districts, medical officers of maternal and child health, medical officers of health and the supervising field staff meet at least once a month to collect information and address areas. In addition, at each medical officer of health area, the MOH and his or her supervising field staff meet once a month to plan strategies at the divisional level as well. Similarly, at the public health midwife level, the PHM, CHF and members of the mothers clubs meet to discuss both personal and collective issues and problems related to community nutrition. In addition, village and district level meetings are organized between mothers clubs. At these, they identify local and district level issues, encourage club networks, increase mutual cooperation and strengthen the impact of their activities. And this type of engagement helps to disparate communities to understand the commonalities of their problems. It also creates a sense of togetherness in their collective efforts to overcome the negative impact of a war that has been unkind to them over many years, and to strengthen their resolve to use their own strengths and initiatives to solve their problems.
Nutrition is not only a health dependent factor. There are nutrition is depend on several other sectors also, other factors also, say sanitation, food security, agriculture, water supply, and there are several other factors influence the nutritional status of mothers and children. So not only with the food supplementation or nutrition education alone, we can't achieve the expected nutrition improvement. So that's why when we initiated this project, we had district level as well as divisional level intersectoral coordination meetings with the other relevant sectors. So we invited them and we had discussion how they can contribute their part in the improvement of nutritional status of mothers and children.
We are very glad and optimistic that this project will definitely help us to overcome the ill effects caused by the war, namely the reduction of malnutrition, and this project becomes a peace building approach within the community, because in the name of Mothers Club they have an opportunity for all these mothers, fathers and adolescents in the community. They get together, they try to resolve the problems they have within and among them.
The sense of ownership that arises as a result yielded a higher impact than if they had been blindly subscribed to external directives of authoritative entities or officials. There are a multiplicity of facts that have come together to make this exercise a success, including a clear identification of the problem, a clear strategy to resolve it, and a strong systemic methodology to see the strategy through. However, on a cautionary note, the greater challenge is to ensure the sustainability of the positive results that have been before coming to a final conclusion about it. It is difficult to achieve success in these types of interventions by laying the responsibility of all of its activities on health sector officials, authorities and decision makers. The reason for this is that regardless of the laws, regulations, directives and facilities that such individuals provide, the general public in the end must accede to them, act on them and live by them. This the project has successfully initiated. By creating stronger children and a healthier adult population, it has taken the key steps in achieving that dream.